So, turns out I'm kind of an asshole. What's up, everybody? I'm back today with another video / an update on things in terms of, just how dating has been going since, I'm not the best at it. Things have gone like way down, like things are bad. Like things are on fire. So let's just run through a quick timeline of what has happened. In the last video, I believe I was telling y'all that I felt like I was getting like moving too fast with Karen, or moving, like things were going too fast and I didn't really know her and things needed to slow down. But like I also wanted to give her a chance, and I was talking to like someone else, sort of. We'd only gone on one date. So I was sort of all in this stage of basically like thinking like Karen's a little like, too clingy, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like in the last video, I didn't really emphasize how much, how much of this was also me in the beginning, and I'm starting to really reflect on that. So I have a tendency to jump into things really strongly, really quickly when it comes to relationships, whether that be friendships or, romantic relationships, because I feel the need to want to form attachments because I don't necessarily want them to leave. I believe I brought this up, but I just want to make sure that it's clear. I believe that's a flaw of mine and something that I do know about and I am trying to work on. And that's sort of what the last video was about, in the sense that I realized, hey, don't jump into this knowing that you get to know this person. Don't just attach to the first person you see and have this be your person. And I make it seem like it sounds weird. Don't jump into a relationship too fast, basically, essentially, just because you want to be in a relationship. So she definitely, Karen that is, definitely felt that break, that 180, parking, I just, literally just turned and was like, yo, we're doing this now. It was we were literally, it felt like the beginning of our relationship was we are in a serious relationship, and this part was just I just met you. So we sort of went backwards, but that's sort of also what I wanted, because I felt like we kind of skipped that beginning part. But anyway, I pumped the brakes, as y'all know. That was sort of in the works. But before I did that, I'm not sure if I mentioned that before I was able to, communicate to her that we were moving too fast, that we had planned a cabin getaway for the weekend for Labor Day. It was sort of basically a couple's little vacation. It wasn't meant to be that. And looking back at it, I think, I had an amazing time. I think she had an amazing time, Karen that is. I think everyone had a great time. I think it was a great weekend. I don't regret going. It was great. It was fun. It was a time amongst friends. I don't think that's how she looks at it though, which was no, duh. It's they're a couple. My two friends who went are a couple, and then I'm going with her, and we had been on a few dates and we have been talking. Duh, this is progression of couple. But also you only do that with serious relationships. That was alerted last week. Once I had pumped the brakes, oh, we're still doing this weekend, and the weekend doesn't really match up with what we've been doing. We had a conversation about that. She was like, do you still want me to go this weekend? Because I haven't really seen you at all. And the times I have seen you, you've been kind of an asshole to me and kind of pissed off at every single thing I do. And yeah. So it's do you still want me to go? To explain that just quickly is that when I get, my assholishness, in terms of what she was referring to and what I'm saying, it's not only my actions here, but also just my general demeanor towards her, towards anybody who I want to cut off, in a sense. I didn't want to cut her off, but I didn't want those feelings of seriousness. When I said I wanted to take a few steps back, that meant I didn't really want to be touching as much as we were. I didn't want to be everything she did sort of seemed to irk me in a different way. And I really understood that was sort of a defense mechanism of mine that was doing that, and not really her, because she's a great person. So this weekend, I was really trying to just let all of that go and not be as much as an asshole. And I've been trying to do that since we've had this conversation. But she was right in the sense that when we've been together, I've been kind of an asshole. Y'all are probably wondering, you guys are we probably know that, she came this weekend. So how did that go? Why did I let her come if I knew I was feeling, the other way about her, like, you know, if I didn't, like, wasn't really, like, wanting her to go in the first place. Well, we had the conversation. She told me all of the different, you know, she literally, like, listed all of the things that I have done that have personally, like, made her feel like shit. And I'm glad she did that. I wasn't angry at her. I was just like, damn. That's when I realized, I was like, wow, this girl, like, cares about you a lot. Like, she really cares about you. And you only kind of like her. Like, at the same time, you don't want to let go because you feel like maybe in the future you can like her more. You just don't know yet. But, like, is that really fair? Because you've been acting like an asshole towards her. So Julie, like, you need to, like, get this together. This is sloppy. You can't be an asshole. Like, what? That's just, like, not acceptable. So I started telling her, I was like, okay. I appreciate you telling me this. You're right. I'm sorry. This is all just, like, gonna suck right now. And, like, I'm the asshole and I take 100% part of the blame. You can do whatever you like. You can call me that. I've been, like, an asshole. I'm the asshole here moving forward. Like, whatever I do right now will make me the asshole because of what I've done so far. You're right. I've been being mean. And because of that and, like, all the things you've been saying, I don't know if this weekend is, like, a good idea because, like, honestly, I don't know if I'm prepared emotionally, knowing my anxiety and knowing how I, like, shut down emotionally and how, like, I can't control someone. Like, I don't know how this weekend's gonna go because I, like, honestly sometimes don't even notice when I'm being, like, cold or, like, when I'm being, like, I can't. It's a lot going on and I just don't think it wasn't a good idea. It doesn't sound like a good idea, right? So I tell her all these things and then she flips and she's like, well, now I shouldn't have told you all of those things because, like, you know, it changed your mind and now you don't want me to go or whatever and everything. And I told her, I'm like, no, like, it's a good thing. Like, you should be honest with me so that I can be honest with you and we can, like, save ourselves time from doing, like, what could possibly be just something that's disastrous. I don't know. I know it's not fair. Like, I know I'm the asshole for, like, canceling the trip and, like, all this stuff. I know it, but I think it's better down the line. Like, I'm the asshole. I know, like, either way, it's an asshole-ish thing. And she said, but you do like me, though. She asked me that question, and I said, yes, I do like you, but I don't think I like you as much as you like me, and I don't really know where me liking you is going to go for right now, so maybe we shouldn't do the trip, and, like, maybe we shouldn't, like, I was trying to drop in there, maybe we shouldn't be talking anymore. Like, maybe we should just end it all right now, because obviously we're looking for two different things. Again, another caveat to this is that she's going to Chicago on Thursday, like in, like, a few days. I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload this video, because I haven't actually broken up with her yet. So, not broken up with, because we're not technically together, but, you know, I haven't. This video will go up once I've done this. So Karen leaves, like, later this week to Chicago because she's in grad school there. So, like, you know, it's not like she's gonna be around for us to really hang out. And if she was staying around, like, maybe I could develop more feelings and maybe we could go on more dates. But, like, as of right now, I don't see, like, that happening. I don't see me developing feelings, especially from being so far away and wanting to, like, communicate and, like, develop those feelings. Like, I don't have that. It's just not gonna happen. And I think it comes down to really the long distance thing at this point. And maybe I should have realized that earlier, but I didn't realize it earlier. I realized it now. For the trip this weekend, like, the reason she changed my mind and, like, was able, I said I need 24 hours to think about whether or not we should even, like, do this, including, like, you know, this relationship, including, like, going to the cabin, anything. That was, like, an asshole-ish move right there. But I was literally having a panic attack on the phone, like, saying, like, I don't know what to do because, like, yes, like, this weekend will be fun with you and I told you we should go and I do still like you, but I know that this weekend won't amount to anything, so I don't really want to go. But, like, you know, who knows? Maybe it will. And, like, what if I'm an asshole to you this weekend? Then it just prolongs the inevitable that I'm, like, an asshole to you and dragging this out. And, or, like, should I just say no? Stop it all right now because you know it's going to happen. Like, just shut it all down now. So I needed 24 hours to decide that. So I told her on the phone, like, I need 24 hours to decide about everything. And she has anxiety, so that was an asshole move, like, giving that to her, because I can't imagine, like, having to wait 24 hours to, like, figure out, like, this person I'm talking to, if they like me or not enough to go on this, like, planned, you know, Labor Day cabin weekend we've planned for the past, like, you know, basically, like, month or so. Like, are we, like, you know, that would just freak me the fuck out. But I was also freaking the fuck out on the phone, so, like, I didn't know what to do, and, like, that's what I did. So that was an asshole-ish move right there, and I own it, but, like, I freaked out, didn't know what to do. Then she also was just talking about and saying like, hey, like maybe this weekend we'll change your mind, you know, maybe like, you know, since you do still like me and I know we don't have that much time, because she was saying that like, yeah, the reason why we haven't had much time for you to develop those feelings further is because you haven't seen me like since you've pumped the brakes. And I've been like, yeah, I guess that's true, but I also don't really want to see you, which is the problem. So what does that mean? But she was like, maybe this weekend will help you like, you know, rekindle like whatever you were feeling. I don't know. Will like help you like, you know, like me further, and then like we'll do stuff this week. And I just like all weekend I just kept on thinking like, I'm having a blast. I think we work better as friends. This feels like a friendship. I like friends. And it's like, damn, like we like had a great weekend, and now I gotta tell her, why didn't I just tell her before this? But I just told you all the reasons why I didn't tell her before this. So that's where I'm at. And it all has to do with because I didn't like understand my feelings at the time, and I rushed too fast, and then I stopped abruptly, and then slowed things down like significantly, and didn't communicate because of anxiety, and just kind of like I didn't ghost her, but I like ghosted in and out. Like I would talk to her when I wanted to talk to her. It became very much just about me. I will say that. I think that's a very good ownership, and it kind of like freaks me out that I'm saying that, because like I feel bad. I really do feel bad, and I don't know what to do about it. Just my anxiety has made me want to create like the perfect scenario in which she is like okay with me leaving this relationship, whatever we formed, and me okay. Like we can both part ways, still be friends, and everything can be amicable. Like I don't know why my anxiety wants that, but it does. That's just not gonna happen. I need to realize that at the end of the day, I don't want this. She does. I'm gonna have to be the one that like tells her. It's gonna go over. I'm gonna be an asshole. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna like hurt her either way, but like doing it now is better than doing it later. Like I don't like hurting people, like because she really is like a really great person. Like she's an amazing person. She really did care a lot about me, and I feel bad, and like I feel like trash. But like yes, like at the end it became really just about how I was feeling. I kind of ignored, you know, she has anxiety. I kind of ignored how she would be feeling about a lot of things. I was just like, all right, what do I need to do like for my own like personal like sanity? I think last week's video I was talking about that. I was like, I'm getting too close with her. Like I need to make sure that like, you know, this doesn't go like further or anything, or I get like too like far or too like, you know, all of that. It was all about like, I need to do this. I need to make sure like I want this, not thinking about like what that person needs. Relationships, regardless of what stage like the relationship is at, like it's about communication. And that's like with like, I think I've been focusing a lot on like other relationships, and I just have not focused on like romantic relationships in a while, in any capacity, like being official or not official, like navigating that scene. Like I focused a lot on friendships and a lot on like working relationships and all of that, and dealing with that with my mood, but also realizing you can't just like, even if like that person, like you don't know that person that well, you can't really shut them out if you're forming, I don't know. Oh my God, and did you know, like, so this is the other thing. Her dog just passed away. Like, I have to text her back about that. But her dog just passed away, and I couldn't answer the phone because I was in a meeting. But yeah, so do I like tell her all of this? Like, do I tell her that I can't talk to her anymore on the day that her dog died? Do I hit her all with this, like, in the same week as she's leaving to Chicago, and she doesn't really like Chicago, and she's leaving Atlanta where all her friends and family are, and like it's about to be cold, and like it just like for me it just seems like these are all recipes for disaster, and I don't want to be that person, but I also like have to tell her, right? So hopefully the next time you see me on this series, I will have told her, because I'm not uploading this until I do, because that would be awkward. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, please do. Yes, so have a good morning, have a good midday, have a good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this video.